We are back and better than ever, but on a Monday. We are your alternative viewing to the national championship game. Join us now.
From the dead is a miracle, doc. They counted me out. Moment of truth, counting it down. Underdog story was down for the count. Back on my feet, back with a mic, back on the beat, back with a family that bang in the streets. The game on lock, I stand with a key. Standing my ground, I am planning to flee. Standing my ground, I am planting my feet. Taking a stand, embracing my destiny, shaking his hand, flipping the script.
What is going on, everybody? Sunday night CrossFit talk on a Monday. Woo! We are here, back better than ever. Can't wait to get into stuff. A lot has happened this week. So we're going to do a big rundown. But before we do that, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, please. It does so much for our algorithm. We appreciate it so much. You guys are the best audience in the business, and we appreciate what you do. Just hit that like button. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. With that, what is going on, everyone?
Not much. Got home from Holland today. Did the Frostbite Marathon relay that we do every year. Crazy weather over in Holland.
You want to talk about your accident?
Oh, I didn't get an accident, fortunately. But yeah, there was. Scott's got the. Here you go.
I couldn't see it when you sent it to me, so this is the first time I'm seeing it because I couldn't open it. Wow.
Can't hear you, Scott. It's conflicting with the music.
100+ car pileup in Michigan today, conflicting with the music. Oh no, that was the other thing.
Yeah, we were finishing up breakfast, and like it was kind of like almost like an Amber Alert. Like everyone's phone in that restaurant like beeped. We all looked down, and it's like 100+ car pile up, avoid, like basically said the highways are shut down both directions. So we had to take just some side back roads quite a ways till we got out of town and go around it all. But yeah, the winds were like, I don't know, 40-mile-per-hour gusts of winds. It was crazy.
Trish says, and we think Americans are going to survive Greenland.
Yeah. And I mean, most Michigan people know how to drive in this stuff.
It just takes one.
I know. And you could see right there, it's like 12 semis bunched up. So like, I don't know. From what I read, it was a car that hit a semi, but you get too many of those semis in a row like that. It's just, I mean, you can't stop. It was, like I said, it was really gusty. So I'm sure it was icy.
Wow.
Trish said she hit the dislike button, but it wasn't free. It cost $10.
That's how it should be.
I'm glad you feel that passionately about it, Trish. As long as you are convicted in your dislike and you pay the $10, I'm cool with that too. Yeah, the weather was crazy this morning. I woke up and it was like a whiteout outside my window. I'm so glad we had the day off. So I just grabbed my coffee, got under a blanket, and said, "The heck with the snow. I'm just staying inside."
We had a school day that was off last week, and it was just the perfect timing that I just needed that day off. I think it was all the schools in Ontario were closed. Not just the buses were canceled, but they were closed for like a big snowstorm that was coming. So got a lot of schoolwork done that day, and it was well needed.
My weekend was spent nervous and anxious, and because the Bears were the final game of the weekend with the playoffs, and Julian Eifert says, "Sorry about your yesterday, but man, what a TD throw by Caleb. You guys have a boss, coach, and a QB." I talked about it a lot on my lunch show. That's really what took up most of my show today, and I'm in a good place. This was a season where I had no expectations, so it was the most fun I have had watching football because I didn't expect any of this. Didn't expect to be here, and there was a person on one of the podcasts that said, "Don't be sad about what happened. Be happy you got to where you were."
Yeah,
and that's where I am. That's really where I am with the Bears. I think the future looks bright. And I'm anxious. Now, next year, there'll be expectations. Next year is going to be like a very interesting transition. can we keep it going? Because people like the Washington Commanders, people like the Detroit Lions haven't. And now they're struggling to get back. And now we have a first place schedule. So we've got to play that too. And it's going to be crazy, but super happy. And Caleb is a dude. That throw he threw, I bet you my phone blew up more than ever, saying that the Bears were the team of destiny, all of that kind of stuff. And then it all fell apart. But that throw was
unbelievable. As soon as you started backing up, I was like, oh, there goes the game. It's done.
Me too.
He threw it, and then you look at it go in the air, and you're like, oh my God, what if someone catches it here? And like, it was amazing. It was amazing. I was sad. All three teams that I was cheering for this weekend lost.
Kenneth, with an attitude like that, though, they will never win the Super Bowl. My attitude does not affect the Chicago Bears one bit. Just letting you know. I was there rooting every minute, every second of that game with full voice. Just because I can put it in perspective afterwards, I'm not a player. I'm not a coach. I have no effect on the game. Julian Eifert says Chicago will win a championship in the next 3 years. All they need is a defense. Their defense came to play last night too, which was a very uncanny, and to still lose. Yeah, Carolyne, what blew me away is I was really rooting for Josh Allen. The Broncos win, and then to hear that their quarterback is out for the season 10 minutes later, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah,
that was crazy.
I thought it was like fake news. I was like, oh, this is just a rumor. They're just
Sean Payton had to do 2 press conferences last night after the game because people didn't believe the first one. It was, and Fergie, you were right. The Bills were robbed.
Okay, the refs, yes, but okay, was that like a catch or not? It's the same thing that happened in the next day of the game.
Right, they're showing it side by side. Devontae Adams in the Bears game and Brandon Cooks in the Bills game. I think it was a catch. It was a catch.
I think so too.
Down.
Like I get they have to survive the ground, but I thought he had possession, and then he was down.
The fact that they didn't go to a full replay is very hokey in my.
And then the 2 plays in overtime that they call the penalty was ridiculous as well, because they let it go all game, and then now all of a sudden they want to throw the flag.
Exactly.
Like, I just don't like when the refs get in the way like that. If you're not going to call it, let them play. But yeah, that ruined it.
For the weekly Fergie question for Jamie, would you rather do the polar plunge in Lake Michigan or teach middle school girls Fran?
100% middle school girls Fran. I am not a cold weather fan, and like ice, I'll do ice baths occasionally, but I'm like a mess for like hours afterwards. I have Raynaud's, so like my fingers and toes they'll be gone.
Yeah, if you don't know Jamie, like if the fan's on her too long, she flips out. She hates cold, breeze, anything.
Yeah.
Larry Young, Texans down. Today at class, ask 3 people if they were signing up for the Open. 3 excuses. I'm like, facepalm. I do think I convinced 2 to do it, but let's be real. I'm not the person who should be pushing the Open. Yes, you are, Larry.
Yeah.
Quit putting yourself down.
You are.
Everybody should push the Open. Everybody that does it should push it. It's just a great community event.
Yeah.
So there we go. All right. Another thing that happened this weekend was Randy was done in Colorado with seminar staff Dave Castro, James Hobart, and Nick Matthew went for the world record in Randy. I love the concept of the video. I love that you're going into an affiliate. You're showing the affiliate had done Randy, that they had coached them on Randy. I love all of that aspects of it. Nick then doing it. The video got choppy. It broke up. There was no visible clock. so you couldn't tell what the time was. If you're going to do it, just take a couple extra seconds to add the elements you need to make it a fantastic event. Because the idea and the concept was awesome. It just needed a tiny bit of an execution tweak to make it decent. Did you guys get to see it at all?
I did not see it.
Yeah, I watched it live. I was making my prediction on his time and got it spot on.
Wow.
I think there's a few that were like saying like sub 2. I was like, no way. Well, we did Randy for the Service Cup last year, not 2025, the 2024, I think, Service Cup or whatever one was online. So I remember doing it at that point. So I had a rough idea of times that we would see. And
the minute he broke at 50, I knew it was over. Because Dan
it's a
Bailey
hard
never
workout to hold on
broke
to.
at regional.
What's that?
Dan Bailey never broke at that regional.
Yeah, you did. You had to move up every 25.
You had to move it to 25.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Okay.
Like you're not doing 75 on the spot. Like that's your breakup right there. That's your rest to go and continue and relax the grip. Yeah, because I was at regional that year as well and did Randy that year too. But yeah, I liked watching it. Yeah, the beginning of the video was blurry, but then after that it was fine. But yeah, you just wanted the clock there.
Yeah. Andrew Stin says Castro wasn't there. At least I didn't see him. He talked about it in the weekend review, and he said we, and so maybe it was a collective we as opposed to me included in the we. Like we CrossFit HQ were there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So maybe I misinterpreted that. Vicky says, Larry, they're probably just scared. Offer to pay the registration. I did that for 4 people this week at my gym. That's awesome, Vicky.
That is awesome.
And then Hiller did the side by side with Nick after. He's did he go? He went unbroken, I think. Yeah, I think he went unbroken.
Wow.
Jamie, who do you think won, Hiller or Nick Matthew? Don't look at the comments.
Well, Carolyne just said Hiller went unbroken, so
I thought maybe I'm missing.
He did.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I was like, I don't think I remember seeing.
Still doesn't mean it didn't slow down. I don't know.
You got to make a guess.
We'll say, I don't know. I'll say Hiller.
Nope. Nick Matthew won by like 20 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Unbroken doesn't mean better if you're going to slow down and cycle speed slows down.
Yeah, I could see that. Wow, that's crazy.
Hiller did not win.
It was a good side by side.
Hiller really did slow down. You could see it was very evident. He went unbroken, but he got really slow at the end.
Yeah.
Jamie, you can retire to the Villages in Florida. I know an awesome sales rep for the Villages.
Yeah. My parents are in Bradenton. So we visit there. That condo will stay in the family. So
Fergie with a quick game update. Indiana not ready for Miami speed.
I don't like that.
Miami is so fast and so athletic.
I don't want them to win.
And they're playing at home. It just shows you there's mess there. It's messed up how they pick the playoff teams, because Notre Dame and Miami were so close in the regular season, and for one to get in, one not, and one make it to the national championship game, it's just not right. Okay. So the other thing that Dave talked about on his weekend review is that this Randy thing that they did with Nick in Colorado there is going to be a series. The next one up is with the Boys Interrupted, and they're going to be doing something at the ranch. And then after that, they are then doing the SAP Center Throwdown with the affiliate gathering. It's 2 separate events. So if you're an affiliate and you want to just go to the gathering, you can do that. But there will also be a Throwdown with the Boys Interrupted at the SAP Center.
But not Randy?
Not Randy.
Okay.
Not that I know of. I think it's going to be something different each time.
Okay.
is the way it sounded. And I'm making
I'm trying to look at the cap workouts right now and see if there's any in this upcoming week that's like a hero workout or something that I could see them doing. No, don't see it.
Fergie says make them do the trail run with the turnaround. So the boys did have Jason wants to do a trail run.
Okay.
And he wants to do it for pride, not for bets or anything like that. And Justin said, if you turn off your Instagram and all your phones are turned in and we do this for just ourselves and not for the internet, he was in on it. And so, and Jason's like, sure, that's what we want to do. So anyway, so that's coming up, and I guess look for some more stuff like that leading up. The Air National Guard is sponsoring all of this. So they are working in conjunction with them. So let's get to go ahead.
I have seen I don't know if you guys have seen this. If you had seen so many like posts and comments regarding like the Air National Guard being a sponsor and people like that being a big reason some people don't want to sign up for the Open. They feel like it's just too politicized, or means they are supporting military, and it's just, I mean, I don't know. I don't understand what they want HQ to do. Like, we have to get money where we can get money.
I agree. Every sport has sponsors, and every sponsor you can find something wrong with them. If so, I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah. It's just frustrating to hear.
I don't think that, let's be honest, I don't think CrossFit is getting their pick of the litter of sponsors at this point in time.
Exactly.
We've
always had a relationship with the military. If you think about it, I mean, it's a very American centric company. It's got its roots from military. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what they just want them to turn their backs on their roots because it's become worldwide, and now we have to. I mean, you got to take what you can get.
I agree. I thought there was more fan or more hatred or vitriol about the Border Patrol than there has been about the Air National Guard. But yeah.
So I feel like that should be a step in the right direction for some of those people. Like, okay, this is Air National Guard is, like someone said, pretty innocuous. Like, that's probably the best we were going to be able to get to appease some of you.
All right, let's do pencil, pen, or Sharpie. First one. Rogue staying in Scotland is a good thing. If people did not see the news, Rogue made the announcement, and I will pull that up real quick. I have their Instagram. This is what they posted today. 2026 Rogue Invitational, Aberdeen, Scotland, P&J Live, October 23rd through the 25th. After 2 epic years at P&J Live that brought the world's top CrossFit athletes, strongman and strongwomen competitors to the heart of Scotland's legendary strength culture, 2026 marks our final year in Aberdeen. So it was announced by Katie on Savon and Coffee Pods and Wads that last year would have been their final year in Scotland, most likely. She did put that little caveat on the end, and now it looks like they're going back. So my guess is finding venues is not easy, and they've had a great relationship with Aberdeen. So my question in the pencil, pen, or Sharpie is staying in Scotland for one more year a good thing?
I think Sharpie. I think they have everything figured out there. They have local affiliates that they can go to, especially CrossFit Aberdeen. I'm sure that they understand the distance or the travel of the equipment that needs to get there. Like, all of that is settled. I bet they need one more year in order to get ready to host it back in Ohio. That's my guess. They're not quite ready for next year. They need one more year. They just know what they're going to get out of Aberdeen. Fans are great. Venues easy to get to, right by the airport. It's going to come back to Ohio, I think, the following year. That's my prediction.
Yeah. You can't fault them for staying there if they didn't have something else lined up. Once you have those logistics set up, like it totally makes sense. I'd say, I mean, selfishly, I wanted it to come back here to Ohio. But I don't think this is a bad thing at all. They crushed it there. Europe shows up. So yeah, I mean, I'd say probably Sharpie for sure, Penn, if not Sharpie.
Andrew Sten, Sharpie, Vicky Penn, Larry Young Crayon, Aberdeen Tourism wrote the check, John George Penn, Kenneth Lapp, Pencil, USA.
Yeah.
I'm with a pen. And I've never been there, so I don't know like what the feel of the whole thing is. Like, is it a festival feel? Is there more than just the action on the floor? The action on the floor is awesome. And combining the strong man and strong women, especially in that area of the world where that is so huge, is a good thing. So I'm like a really like pressed hard pen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not sure I can go all the way to Sharpie. Because I just want to make sure after 3 years, do the crowd start not seeing it as a novelty anymore? And do they stop coming? Or are they really a fabric of that community that wants to come time after time? But I do think that even though she said that with a caveat, I think it is truly the last year.
Yeah.
Because she was listening to her on the podcast, she was stressed about the shipping containers getting to Scotland. And I think that adds a huge stress to her and Bill that I think they're trying to avoid. So I agree with Carolyne. I think they will try to go back to the States the year after. And I would love if they came back to Ohio.
Yes. I agree. The stream times are terrible times. I mean, we are spoiled here in America, and we want our time zones. It is hard to get up for those events and watch those.
Well, if it's here in Columbus, I mean, I'm just going.
Yeah.
Like that's not even a question.
We will be there.
Vicky, plus they put a lot of money into that arena just for that event. I mean, it looks great. It looks awesome. I think the running event in Aberdeen unlocked a new level.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think that's a great point.
I thought the fact that they ran indoor made that event so much better in terms of they were able to follow the action the whole time inside. The fans were there, like right beside. No impact of the rain, because it does rain a lot at that time of the year. I thought it was a cool event.
Larry, bring that tourism money to Ohio. CrossFit Scott even hates watching NFL Europe games, we learned. Well, what I was saying is that when they do those 9:30 a.m. Eastern time games in the NFL, it takes me out of my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Like my Sundays are get up, prepare for the show, get the rundown done, sit down for the pregame, go through my football day, do the show, done.
Yeah.
And when you start those 9:30 games and I'm interested at all, then it throws everything off. And I'm old and I don't do well with change.
Yeah.
Kenneth Delap, I prefer the baseball stadium. I didn't
either. And there was always a weather issue. I didn't like it.
I think that they're over the outdoor stuff.
Yeah. I think that last time there with all the rain really ruined it. The sight lines at the baseball stadium just were not as good as an arena built to be around the floor like they did in Scotland. Like they built those stands right up to the floor. The sight lines are so much better. CrossFit says it's really hard to get hammered for a 9 a.m. game. Yeah.
You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
Picked a bad time to stop drinking. At AI, WFP had an indoor running event, didn't go as well. Well, I think that's the thing, right? Like in Scotland, there were crowds all along that running path.
Mm-hmm.
That added to both the event there in person and the stream because you saw the people cheering as people ran by. With WFP, you didn't get that same feel.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that is that. What else do we have for? That's about it for Rogue that we know right now. Let's go into open registrations. Are you guys registered? Signed up?
I signed up the first day.
Same here.
At your gym,
I normally almost every year I sign up definitely within the first week. I try to sign up normally.
Do you guys feel there's a wave of people wanting to sign up at your gym or not?
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
We haven't pushed the team stuff yet. Like we create teams, captains. We have a big board, and then we start putting the names there as people start signing up. We haven't really pushed all of that yet, so it'll come, I think, in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Craig signed up first day. Larry signed up first hour.
Yep, same.
So they've done a lot this year with we were dogging them for not doing it on the first or the second to capture that like New Year's resolution thing.
Mm-hmm.
But since we talked last time, all the personalized reels for the athletes, you can get a personalized reel for your affiliate. Dave Castro has a personalized reel that is just funny. And it's cool to go back and see all the open announcements that they did in his reel, right? That was really fun. I think they've done a really cool job with that part of the marketing. I also like the bundle packages you can get now. You can bundle a t-shirt, your open registration, the judges course, all in one bundle. And I really love that. And I love the fact that you as an affiliate can purchase at a discounted rate a group of open registrations and hand them out to your athletes. I think that is really cool. They also have done already a release of Dave Castro behind the scenes doing 26.1 research and testing. There are already people with guesses as to what it may be just by hearing the squeak of a shoe.
Mm-hmm.
I find that humorous. Are you guys sleuthing or are you just letting it go?
I don't know. I think it could be the burpee over the rower. I know that one's been tossed out there.
As like the new movement?
No, just what might be in 26.1.
Burpee over the rower. Have we done that before in the open? I don't think so.
Well, there you go. That adds up.
I like it. I didn't see enough in the video that like gave me a clue really, except for like talking about Unbroken. Like I doubt that they would do a death by workout, I don't know. But no, I didn't see anything that gave me too much of a clue. I feel like that they're all similar type of get you scared for the first workout every year.
Dave Castro said it's going to start with a bang.
Yeah, I think he says something like that every year. I think possibly wall balls in 0.1. I don't know.
Kenneth Delap says the Korea trip workout is the hot guess.
I've heard that. I don't think it'll be that. Not with the way.
Which one was that one?
It's that like 20 rounder or 30 rounder of the row burpee over row dumbbell snatch. I don't think it'll be that. That's too long of a workout, in my opinion.
Fergie says, can we scrap the shuttle runs? They're pointless. I don't think they're pointless. I think you do have to try to test running where you can. And they're definitely interference for a lot of the population.
Yeah.
Then on the other hand, Kenneth says, bring back the shuttle runs. So I don't know.
Well, we saw Boz talk about it, but
Boz likes them.
yeah.
So as long as he has something to do with it, we're going to see him, I'm guessing. The other thing that was discussed on Dave Castro that I thought, Dave Castro's Week in Review, that I thought would get Carolyne's ears perked up was the fact that someone brought up in the comments that they should do a 5-week open, with the first 3 weeks being the open and the next 2 weeks being quarterfinals, and it be one continuous score to the end. And Dave said that they would never do it that way because they want to do a weekend where you up the volume to test for what it's going to be like in the next round. But he was open to the idea of a 3-week or 4-week open and then a quarterfinal weekend. And he liked the idea of carrying over the score.
Awesome.
Now, whether or not that it makes any traction, they're not doing it this year.
Yeah.
But I know it's something on this show we have been pushing for a ton, and it would be really cool to see if something like that did come about.
Mm-hmm.
Did you got, she's smiling.
Yeah. No, like I mean, we've talked about it. As long as the videos are open, I think that you can do it. But we talked about last time, like having like a leaderboard, maybe that's like, if you want to move on, you check this in the registration. If you're just participating in the open with your community, you check, like you can still have a competitive leaderboard, but in terms of having the points carry over, maybe just the ones that check during the competition season gets their points carried over. Something like that could be used, but yeah.
CrossFit thinks 26-1 is gated or capped. They did keep saying, are they going to get to this?
Yes, they did.
But that doesn't mean gated. It just could mean there's a lot of volume to get through to get to like this piece.
Yeah.
Like that, the first open I did, and they had the 150 wall balls into the 90 double unders into the 30 ring muscle ups. I didn't even make it to the ring muscle ups.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it wasn't gated or capped. I guess capped, but shuttle runs are basically slow burpees in terms of physical effort. Yeah. I just don't have to bend over to do them.
They should do that burpee shuttle.
I do really like the burpee shuttles.
I liked it too.
Hiller walked it and proved them pointless. Hiller can walk fast. He's a good individual.
It also depends on how the shuttle runs are programmed. Not every workout you could do shuttle runs and walk and do well in it.
Absolutely.
It honestly depends on the workout. So I don't think that they're pointless.
John George, I like the burpee shuttle idea.
NorCal's programmed the burpee shuttle the last couple qualifiers.
Vicky says, I love the teaser videos and the behind the scenes of workout creation for the games. I liked them last year. I liked it. This year was even like pretty short. It was a quick watch, but still entertaining. You can program them correctly and punish the walk, just like Jamie said. Keeping it real, it's rower, burpees over rower, and wall ball.
That's where my head's at.
He said everybody can do it. I'm not sure everybody is comfortable jumping over a rower.
Well, maybe you can step.
Yeah, the skill is stepping over.
Maybe they don't even dictate it. And I mean, it's quicker to jump over, but if you want to step, you can step.
Keeping it real, I spent 17 hours examining the video. There's something unbroken from the video that's got to be wall balls.
Yeah.
Like a Karen.
I don't think burpee over rower, that's like shins on a razor scooter.
Burpee box jump overs.
Yeah. I mean, we've done how many times were people talking about in the open, and that's dangerous. I don't think I've ever. I maybe trimmed the rower, but like, I don't know. I don't think it's that.
If I can rip over my shins, I will. I'm just saying. That's just my life. All right. The last thing I wanted to talk about this is we kind of talked about it. I think the invites going out to these semifinals when we don't even know who's eligible yet. And last Sunday night, we talked about how in Mayhem last year by Victoria, I said Sasha, it's Victoria. Yeah. She was not eligible for the season. She participated, and because of her scores, it altered the leaderboard. And last year it finished Fee, Abby, Emily.
Yep.
With Victoria's stuff out, it would have been Emily, Fee, Abby. So it flipped it completely. And Emily, who never, ever got an invite to the games, would have had that at the first semifinal of the year.
Exactly.
Abby would have had to compete to get her invite at other locations. So it was a huge difference. Now we're seeing like all these qualifiers out there. They're all ahead of the open. And now you're seeing people turning down semifinals, and they're in the second round of invites. It has just become utter madness. And I know I have this lower on the list, but I'm bringing it up now, and I'm going to pull it up here because I find this just ridiculous. So this was a story on the Mayhem Classics Instagram. Here are the people. They crossed off everybody who declined their invite in the first round of men. And then they wrote at the bottom with two big eyeballs, imagine being too scared to compete at the Classic. I try not to be a sensitive individual about these things, but that really kind of upset me.
Yeah.
There are so many options for these athletes. Why is it because they don't want to do your particular one? Are they scared? That makes absolutely no sense to me.
I think a lot of people don't necessarily want to go this early in the season.
Here's the thing. And the question came up to the Boys Interrupted, and I was listening to them right before we went on the air. 3 of them live on the West Coast.
Right.
To get to Cookeville is not an easy journey. You have to fly to Nashville. You have to rent a car. You've got to drive an hour. Then you've got to find a hotel and all of that kind of stuff, right? Now, for an East Coaster, it's probably not as bad. Or for like Jason, he could just drive over. And Jason is in. But if Del Mar is an option for me on the West Coast, or NorCal is an option for me on the West Coast, and I don't have to do all that travel and then go cross country when I get to Tennessee, wouldn't that be a lot easier for me?
Absolutely.
Plus, there's only 3 spots.
Yep. And you're picking the way that goes out for, I mean, it's going to be that way pretty much for all of them because it's top 20 or whatever getting invites. But I mean, you've picked the top people in the sport. Yeah, you can't have all of them at one event. That's going to be, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I think people are trying to play it smart. Like, you're going to look at your odds. If you know these people are going to go there, you're like, okay, I'm going to go elsewhere because why waste my money and time training if I feel like those people are better than me?
Yeah.
Go elsewhere as more people have already qualified, more holes towards the back end.
Philby, there's only 3 spots and it would be tough to qualify if they all turned up. Right. And you only have, they learned last year, you only have so many competitions in you to peak and qualify. And so you don't want to waste your chances. Right. Shanna says it sounds like something Mertens would say. I would get it from another athlete. I love the trash talking, but from an event organizer, I find it like a little over the top.
It is a little weird coming straight from them. Even if it came from like Rich's account and he said something, I would find that funny. It's weird coming from Mayhem. And
in a way, it's dogging the other options. It's dogging Syndicate and Del Mar, and NorCal.
I just read it as a friendly joke to me. Like,
I guess
there is some sort of truth to it. Like, there are athletes that are scared that that's going to be a wasted spot to go, like a wasted weekend. Like, whether you want to say it or not, you are kind of scared to battle against that whole group because you're not quite confident in yourself to earn that spot that weekend. So there is some truth to it, but there's also like the joking fun.
Well, has Mayhem come out that they are going to not let people who don't do the open attend? See, that's a problem. I mean, you've already pointed out the flaw in it, and they just don't care. They're going to do the exact same thing this year.
So Jenny did clip that from us and put it on her dense updates, and there was a response to that from Mayhem that was like, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was like
yeah. So they may not have even known that it truly affected the leaderboard.
It does nothing good for the season. We want people who are even eligible competing at these events.
All right.
We want to follow the season.
My words are coming back to bite me because on my lunch show last week, I said we needed more controversy and storylines to get interest. Isn't this the controversy we want to drive fan engagement? Mayhem is acting the heel. But is it effective that the event organizers are the heel, or is it more effective that the athletes are the heel? Like, if honest to God, if Colton Mearns posted this, I wouldn't even have blinked.
Yeah,
that would be like a thing that Colton would do. Hey, you're all afraid to come take me on,
for sure.
And that I would have had no issue with at all. And I think that would drive the storyline. Like tonight on Boys Interrupted, which I don't know if you've seen it yet, but Hopper says there's only two other people on this list that even scare him. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And he said one of them is Jeff Adler. So we know that he isn't afraid of either Roman, Colton, or Austin. And that's the storyline I'm looking for. Not the event organizer getting involved. And there's CrossFit saying, doesn't this call back to what I said? It's very Dana White, UFC, Vince McMahon, WWE. If this was driving a storyline, like if Mayhem would have said, oh, you're afraid to come take on our Mayhem athletes in our own house or something, then okay, now you've driven a storyline that I can get into. I did say it today. I said it. I just don't think this fits the criteria of what I'm saying. Shannon wants to know how they cannot know that it would have affected the leaderboard.
Exactly. What's the prize purse at Mayhem?
It was decent last year.
Was it?
I don't think they've put it out yet.
Maybe 3 to 5, somewhere in there.
Ooh, that's not, I mean, see, that's like way lower than some of the other events.
I thought it was higher. I thought it was like 10.
10.
And then they had the bonus final event. Rich put out his own cash.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. I thought that was a neat thing. So,
yeah, probably 10 grand.
I think it was 10.
10.
But I'm sure they'll put it out publicly. They've always done stuff like that. And I like Mayhem. Like, if you listen to my show today, Rich was my favorite CrossFit athlete. He was the last male athlete I was passionate about winning. Like, so I hate dogging him, but I just had to call it out. I just did. All right. So what's up next on the list? Pencil, pen, or Sharpie. Let me get it up here. The changes to the WFP season will help improve interest and participation. And we will go over what those are right after this.
I mean, well, I think Sharpie. I think I said that at the beginning of the year last year that Challenger division made no sense. Doesn't really give them a shot. I think they realized that fairly quickly with keeping. I mean, without having some of these people drop out, I don't think very many. really any of those challengers would have had a true shot. So yeah, it needs to be one big. Could it have been 30 or 40 athletes? Yes. This could be too big of a field. But
I think
yeah,
I think 50 is too big.
it's pushing it.
I think 40 at the most. At the
Yeah.
most.
Yeah. I think 40 would have been the sweet spot.
Yeah, 40. Because then you got the
But
20 pros and then 20 of the
yeah,
next trying to fight.
exactly. But why they're doing this other round of inviting 5 people. I feel like that's why they had to expand it.
I mean, do they invite someone like Gabby, right, who was out last year?
Possibly.
So neither of you have said pencil, pen, or Sharpie yet.
I said
Yeah.
Sharpie.
Yes, you said
They
Sharpie.
needed to make changes for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, pen.
I'm not sure. I think
I'm not
thinking
sure how it
pen.
improved. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Carolyne.
No, I said pen just because like improve interest, participation. I'm not sure how or like if it will, but the season structure is better. So in that sense, and I think the second time around, people will know more about it than the first time around. Like just like understand a little bit more of how it works. So maybe in that sense, it improves the interest.
I'm kind of with you on the pen for sure. I don't know, because I think they made some good steps forward, but they took a couple steps back. One, they adopted the raw score, just like Jamie suggested a couple shows ago. I think that's great. I think that getting rid of the challenge division, that was great. I think smacking Tour Stop 1 right in the middle of the semifinal season again was not great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad move.
Yeah.
I think 50 is a bad move.
Yeah.
I understand the 5 wild cards, but I don't like it.
Right.
Like, I do get it for Gabby, but I truly believe it's all the people who said no to you last year and you were spurned. You're now like coming back. Come on, please come back to me, baby. And that's what those 5 wild cards are for. I don't like that you're inviting everybody who made it to Copenhagen just because they joined your club and came in at the end. And now all 30 people get an automatic bid to Tour Stop 1.
Yeah.
I think you're playing too much with how precious those pro cards are.
Yes.
That's what the story, those have to remain a significant thing that you're trying to earn.
Exclusive.
Right. And every time you add invites and you add people to it that did not earn the card, you're weakening what it means.
Yeah.
So while I think they made a couple substantial steps forward, I also think they took a couple steps back. That Tour Stop 1 being in the middle of the semifinals was just dumb.
Like it's the week after Del Mar.
It is the week after Del Mar.
In Mexico City. In between probably another semifinal.
It's Copa Sur.
The following weekend is Copa Sur.
The same weekend, these same dates as Copa Sur.
Yeah.
Is it the same weekend as the Magic City?
Magic City. I can't remember. I looked it up. Magic City's around there. I think Magic City is the same weekend. Their French Throwdown is the same weekend. And then Del Mar was the week before. There's the age group semifinals online or the week after.
Yeah.
It's just in the middle of a mess.
Age group semifinal is after?
The week after, yeah. Okay. So but the biggest significant change I think they made was to the payout. Like it is a significant amount compared to what has been made in the CrossFit Games season.
Yeah.
Yep.
These are the Tour Stop payouts. If you win a Tour Stop, it's 35 grand. And you get paid up to 5 grand all the way to 15th.
That's great.
And 30th place even gets 1,500.
Also good.
Yeah.
Right.
Because most semifinals, if you think about it, have prize money for top 3. Most. Some of them have money that goes a little bit further down, but most is top 3 only. the games is top 20 only.
Mm-hmm.
I think it stops around the $2,000. Now, some of these athletes with that, the 20 that have the pro card also have their
Travel
trip paid for. Yeah. So, I mean, that helps for sure. Like most athletes that compete come out with nothing. So to come out with that minimum of 1,500 for top 30 is decent. It's pretty good.
So only 30 people make it to the finals in Copenhagen. If you have a pro card, you are not guaranteed to make it this year like you were last year.
Good.
And all 30 get paid that make it.
Yeah.
With the lowest amount being $4,000. Those are significant payouts. Carolyne and I were texting back and forth on our group text. Like, if I'm Carolyne and I have a shot at Mexico City just to get a payout for the year, that could pay for your whole season.
Yep.
And because of where it's placed, some of the top athletes aren't going to do it.
100%. I think it's a smart move for those bubble athletes.
I think Eric Mackey kind of says it. Less elite participation coming, leading to less interest. I think you're going to get a lot of participation, but it's going to be those bubble athletes that aren't guaranteed the games and want to get a big payday to fund their season. And it's worth the risk for this amount of money.
Yeah, I think it's going to slowly shift towards that semifinal, that top semifinal borderline, depending on the workout. Could be games athlete, semifinal in there. Basically an athlete like in my bubble, semi games, depending on the day.
Because like you told us in the chat, you didn't get paid for your performance at the games. 20th through or 21st through 30th doesn't get paid.
Mm-hmm.
If you can go here and get a paycheck to pay for the rest of the season.
It doesn't. It pays for the competition. Because I mean, these comps aren't free to go to.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like if you go to Mexico,
well, at least I don't come out in the hole.
Right, but if you go to Mexico City and you make 8,000, that's a nice chunk to pay for the rest of your season.
Yeah, that would be different.
John George, is there a Clydesdale group set up for the Open? There can be.
We have our hashtag from last year, don't we? It should be part of your profile.
Okay.
Is it Clydesdale Media or just Clyde?
I don't know.
I will double check and put that in the comments after the show, in the show comments on YouTube. I know it's still in so I'll open my dashboard and look at our hashtag and add it. I'm not positive, John.
Hashtag Sunday night CrossFit.
Eric Mackey, unless media pushes it, most have made up their mind. It's just a poorly ran Friends League. I'm telling you, money talks. And if you're a bubble athlete that doesn't make much money and you can go clean up in a couple tour stops.
And then it's about you trying to do a couple and then solidifying your pro card and then getting a guaranteed the following year.
Right. And then making a name for yourself and getting some kind of, even if it's a little bit of exposure to then, and competition experience to then compete at the game semifinals the next year. Shanna, I came out in the hole all the time. Sucks. Yeah. Masters athletes really get the raw end of the deal. You definitely do it for the love of the game.
Didn't they say they were going to expand the Masters for WFP? That was going to be like a big...
It was announced this week where they're starting.
I read that sentence way too fast.
I was curious on some of that. But I haven't seen it. So
yeah. It's I don't know. I don't think they're doing it at the first couple tour stops.
Well, that's dumb.
Fergie wants to know if we can get a group for the 250 plus big boys. I would love to. The Clydesdale division, here we come.
I mean, I have hashtag Clydesdale. That's it. That's the biggest group. So I would stick with that as our hashtag.
Okay.
Clydesdale?
Yep. Hashtag Clydesdale.
All right. So we talked about that. We talked about Mayhem. And did you guys see the new Mayhem team?
Yes.
So I let it slide on my show today. I should have pulled this up. I didn't. There it is. So I'll pull it up for everybody if you missed the show today. Here is the new Mayhem team. And it is Jack Rosema, Taylor Belaz, Caroline Klutz, and Stevie Dellinger. So Jack Rosema is going team, which was a shock when I saw this today.
Agreed.
When I talked to Caroline and had her on the show a little bit ago, and I was chatting with her, she told me that she was attempting to work with Mayhem to put together a team after they finished third last year, her and Stevie. Mm-hmm. I did not know they were getting Jack Rosema.
Well, that was sort of the issue, right? Was finding two guys?
Finding two guys because,
right.
and this team was, she told me, was to replace the Angelo Molly team.
Yeah.
And so this is, I think they're pretty good. My question to you is pencil, pen, or Sharpie? Nope, that's not it. Let's try this again. Nope, I put the same one in twice. This pencil, pen, or Sharpie was, what are the new Mayhem team's chances of podium are pencil, pen, or Sharpie? I actually wrote the new Mayhem team will be favored to win the CrossFit Games, pencil, pen, or Sharpie.
Right now, I haven't heard of any more, but I'll say pen or Sharpie.
Yeah.
Pen. Just because I'm sure there's some teams in the works, but I'll say pen.
Yeah,
I think they're podium for sure.
Yeah.
Trained Olive is pen. Craig is pen. Kenneth DeLapp is Sharpie. John George is pen. CrossFat pen. Podium, yes. Favored to win, maybe.
Yeah.
Eric Mackey, pencil.
Yeah. Podium, Sharpie, win, pen. Totally. We just don't know enough about any other teams forming yet to definitively say this.
Yeah.
So here's my thought process. Usually the hard people to find are the women. Taylor and Andrea were awesome. And I would put Caroline and Stevie as kind of in that league. They have worked together on a team for several years, and they have done well with every team they've been a part of. They have never had men on their team like these two. Taylor Belaz is a high-end semifinal athlete. Tanner, I'm sorry. Tanner Belaz. He's been on the show. I can't believe I messed that up. Jack Rosema is a two-time games athlete and Service Cup champion. Yeah. And so it would just be getting Jack and Tanner in step with being a team. And if you've met Jack, he is that guy that would do that. He is humble. He is not like egotistical. I think he's going to let the team thing happen. I don't know Tanner as well. I've only met him a couple times, but he doesn't seem to me to be that guy that's going to let ego get in the way.
So did they all move to Cookeville?
You don't have to anymore.
Well, how are they training together to get good? I mean, I'm not worried about Stevie and Caroline, but to get the boys to, you got to dial in that worm work.
Yeah, I'm sure they're just going to come to Mayhem and work on it at times.
Yeah, that's not the same as training with your teammates day in and day out.
CrossFit says it feels like when Ohio State just gets another random 5-star quarterback. I hate that. Has any other teams been announced? No. There's been a couple that I've seen leak out, but nothing like of significance.
I think they definitely have all the pieces to be like a top team this year for sure. Those two women are extremely fit. The two guys are great. Like you said, I don't think the egos are going to come into play here. I think this is a very, very solid team.
The only thing I would worry about is what is Oslo doing?
Yeah.
And what is Invictus doing?
Mm-hmm.
Those would be the places I would be looking.
So similar as last year.
Yeah.
CrossFit with the season structure, could we see another games has been team pop up?
Yeah.
But that doesn't always mean that it's any better. Right?
Right.
That's why I think a team like this, which has, the girls have a lot of team experience. I think that goes a long way when you have two of the best girls that are going on, that are on a team.
So on a tangent of this, Carolyne, you and Carolyne went head to head at the Masters CrossFit Games. She won, you took second. If she does this, the rumor is that Boz said on a podcast, we haven't seen it in writing anywhere, that you can't do both Masters and one of the elite divisions. If you go Masters, would it be disappointing to not go up against her again?
For sure. I mean, just like I was disappointed, let's say Kristen Holta wasn't there last year, or just a few others that could have gone Masters. You want to go against everyone that is of age so that you can test yourself and see who's the fittest in that age group. But you compete, you can't control that. So, you go up against who you go up against. And for me, I'm just trying to make it there. So if I make it there, then the goal will be to win a different color and not the bronze.
Did you, I know you watched Boys Interrupted, so I'll throw this out to Jamie. They asked and we're off this question now. I'll put this up for a second. Kenneth, remember the days of the yearly big Mayhem Team announcement? They made team big.
Yeah.
We have to figure out something with team to make it bigger and more watchable. But that's for another show. On Boys Interrupted, they asked the trivia question: how many athletes have won all three colors of medals at the games? Or can you name the athletes who have won all three? So they've won a gold, a silver, and a bronze. And this was asked on Boys Interrupted to the other boys by Justin. I got one right off the bat. And it's more than you think it is.
Is Annie one of them?
Annie is one.
Yeah. Is Katrin one of them?
She is.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm struggling to think of any men that have done it.
There's two men.
Really?
And
you're missing another girl.
Oh, Laura.
Laura was the easy one for me because it just happened.
Yeah.
But the two men, because
Ben Smith.
Yes, Ben Smith is one.
Okay. And then I don't know. Khalipa.
It is Jason Khalipa.
Okay.
Those are the two men that have all three medals, and then it's Annie, Katrin, and Laura.
You know your history. Good job.
Thanks.
I thought that was a cool question, though.
That is a cool question.
When you think about the runs of gold medals that we've had in this sport, it has to limit it down to certain areas to kind of pull it off. And because Tia took the gold for so many years. Laura was the only one that squeaked one out that had even a shot.
Yeah.
And then you had to go OG Katrin to get a gold and OG Annie to get her gold to be able to pull it off. And the same with the men. Matt and Rich took up 9 years of history,
right?
Gold medals, and neither of them did it. So then who were the others? And that was cool.
I think they're okay taking, the 4 and the 5 golds instead of all the colors.
Yeah.
Right.
Not a bad way to.
Yeah, my guess is Matt and Rich are crying that they didn't get the bronze to match their golds and silvers.
Yeah.
Then you got someone like Pat who, gets like 5 medals, but you can't get the gold one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brent has a gold or has a silver and a bronze, but no gold. Yeah, there's probably a lot with those two.
Yes.
Eric Mackey says, "Bravo, Jamie."
Thanks, Eric.
So I just thought that was an interesting question. It's fun that you got to do it without knowing the answer.
Yeah.
So, well, we're going to do a short show tonight. I know that the national championship game's on, so we don't want to keep you too long. I don't know what Eric's saying. IU for 6, but all college sports are ruined from the portal rules. I hate the portal rules. I just do.
I do too.
Jamie, if you had to guess new movement in the open that we've seen within the space of CrossFit, but not in the open from Dave's weekend review, do you have a few guesses? Well, you named one today already.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it could be that burpee over rower. Totally. I mean, I'd like to say the burpee shuttle, but I feel like Dave would not do that. So I don't think that's really a possibility. I know before we went on,
the wall facing handstand push-up hasn't been in the open.
That's true. And it could be like a gated, like as you move up, you do a wall walk and then you do a handstand push-up and then you do wall facing. Yeah, it could be.
They haven't done the wall facing. They've done regular strike. They've done wall walk.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think.
And they're saying this because on Dave's weekend review, he said probably to a question, will we see a new movement in the open? And his response was, there are no new movements, but there are new movements to the open and probably. I actually think that wall facing handstand push-up is probably a good one.
Yeah.
I was going to go with something out there that maybe he saw from NorCal that he liked.
I like the lunge wall. I like those.
I think they got a lot of good feedback that that it was a good movement and that people enjoyed them. And I think that is a possibility.
Okay.
So that is my stab in the dark.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like that.
Carolyne did them. Your thoughts?
I love them because, I mean, I like any type of single leg stuff in general, whether it's pistols, stuff like that. But there was, a little bit of balance and rhythm that it took people a little bit time to get used to it. So I don't know, I felt like I made my move on that workout on that movement. I liked it. And I think it's like an easy standard to, knee touches the ground versus the depth of the wall ball, which we know is not the best. And depending on the angle of the video, sometimes it looks off and versus knee to the ground up. Single arm devil's press. Yeah.
So I have heard Dave say that devil's press will never be in the open.
I have too.
And recently, like within the last few months.
Yeah.
But that's when he turns around and he does it. And he just programs it.
I think it's like an offense thing that, because those were invented by street parking.
Right.
And Miranda went off on her own and did these devil's press movement. And Dave I think he has something against them because of how it was done. Now there's a relationship again with Miranda, street parking, and CrossFit that is back. So maybe all's forgiven, but there was a time where that really upset him.
Yep.
Good question. John George, does the lunging wall balls eliminate the tall man bias?
I think it's the same.
You're still going to stretch up there and be less of a throw.
Yeah.
But is the lunge harder than the squat for a tall man?
I would say no. I mean, usually the taller athlete prefer lunges. I know because it's usually for distance, so it makes it easier for them, but I don't think so.
Eric Mackey, feel like you'd bang your knee to the ground. Well,
Yeah,
don't we do that on lunges too?
Yes.
Yes, but bigger steps.
Yeah.
John, well, damn. Okay. Well, I said on lunch today, after the Bears game, I didn't think I was going to sleep last night. I took my Thirdzy, and I had the longest stretch of sleep that I've had in maybe over a year. I slept 8 straight hours last night.
Nice.
8 straight hours. And I owe it all to Thirdzy. I woke up bouncing around this morning, ready to go, getting some stuff done this morning. And I owe that to Thirdzy. Make sure you check them out at thirdzy.com/Jazzy. That's thirdzy.com/Jazzy. Or use it as your promo code at checkout and it'll get you 15% off. You guys have anything to add?
Nope. Let's
Hope
make it
you
a
guys
great
have
week.
a great rest of your week. The schedule this week should be pretty down the road. Next week is going to be a little hairy. I have my 2 procedures next week.
Okay.
So I don't know what that means for the shows, but definitely not. No, there will not be a Monday show because I'll be under anesthetic at some point during the morning and have a tube down my throat. And so probably don't want to talk.
No. No.
But we'll be back next Sunday night with Sunday Night CrossFit Talk. Before I go into those, and I'll give you more details then. With that, hope everybody has a great night. I'm sad the Bears season is over, but now I can spend more time with all of you and get into the CrossFit news much, much more. With that, guys, have a great night. See you guys tomorrow. Lunch with the Clydes.
Bye.